everybody, I'm back again. Yeah. Sorry about missing last night. At least I was able to get on tonight for a little bit. I'm not quite sure how long I'm going to be on. I'm just going to kind of work through what projects I have. Haven't really been feeling good all day. So, I may wrap up a little early and, frankly try to catch up on some sleep. But, for at least in the next hour or so, I'm going to be working on a couple on the projects that I have left. I still haven't started any new ones because I'm trying to finish the ones that I have already. And yeah, you guys get to, you know, join in if you wish. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start working on this one. This is the lightning pattern that I have. And if you have any questions, go ahead and pop them into the chat. I'll answer them as quickly as I can and the best that I can. And, well, I mean, if I can't answer them, then I can't answer them. But, and there's actually a lot of questions that I can't answer about weaving. But, yeah, I mean, usual thing for tonight. So, enjoy. And, just kind of chill out with the music if you want. And, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and get to work here. Give me a second here. Hair's getting in my face. There we go, that's a little bit better. Probably look goofy. Oh well. I haven't done this one in a while. I had to remind myself how to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Gotcha. I've done about 2 full pattern passes right now. Lightning pattern is nice in the way that it's actually pretty quick to do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just gotta get used to it first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7. Okay, hello Lupita. I haven't been able to set up a project in a little bit, so I don't have any projects that are just fresh starting out. This is the arrowhead, not arrowhead. Bleh. It's not the arrowhead pattern. This is the lightning pattern that I'm working on. And the way it works is that you use an interlocking technique to create your pattern. So you weave to the thread you need to weave to, you basically switch it out, leave the old one in its place, take the new one across to the spot that needs to go next. Once I get back to the beginning of the pattern, I'll explain it a little bit better. It's a little bit easier when you're at the beginning of a full pattern pass. So let me just get to back to that point real quick. It shouldn't take me that long. Halfway through this right now. Come on. Doesn't feel like it takes a while until you're actually kind of in a hurry. Almost there. Just got one more pass to do, and then I'm back at my starting point. Okay, here we are, back at my starting point. Okay, what I mean by the starting point is basically the colors are arranged pretty much how they were when I first started the project. So when I set up the project, right here, I had it arranged on my dowel. I had my, okay, make sure I can get this right. Actually see it. I had my bar of blue, my bar of orange, and then another bar of blue. And then you can see where I started weaving right here. This is the other half that's braided, just to kind of keep the extra threads from getting into the rest of the weave. But for the lightning pattern, as I said before, you do employ an interlocking technique. It's the same one that I use. It's pretty much the same kind of thing that I do with the arrowhead and the flame sash that I work on. Only arrowhead's pretty much the same difficulty level as lightning. Just you do it a little bit differently, and then flame sash, that one's kind of more higher up on the difficulty scale. That one, yeah, that one you gotta like really keep track of counting your threads and stuff like that. But lightning really depends on counting your threads, making sure you're doing it in the right order. And so when you have your color bar set up like this, what you want to do is start weaving across from left to right, or right to left if you prefer it that way. It doesn't really matter. But when you get to the next color bar, what you want to do is weave partway through it, which in this case I'd go to, in the case of this pattern, I go to the 7th thread of the orange color bar. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I take this thread and I kind of pull it out from the others because it helps with, it helps it not tangle as much. So go ahead and pull that through and you can set it aside. And then you take the 7th thread of the 2nd color bar and the thread you just wove across, and then you interlock them like this. And then you take your orange thread that I just switched out with, and then I start weaving across with that one. I hit the blue color bar here, and I weave to the 7th thread of that one. So there's the 1st blue, 2nd blue, 3rd blue, 4th blue, 5th blue, 6th blue, 7th blue. Pull the orange thread through, and then I do the exact same thing. I switch it out, and then I continue weaving till the end there with the blue thread. And then when you get to your ending there, if your weft thread ends over your last warp, the previous weft thread goes over it. And if it ends under, it goes under. And that's the first row of the lightning pattern. So you can see I now have a blue thread and an orange thread in the middle of my color bars. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next row. Weave all the way through the blue. And then I'm going to do the 6th thread of the orange color bar. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull it through, trade it out, and then I'm going to keep going with the orange thread that I just traded out. And then I go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6th thread here of the blue. Pull the orange through, trade it out for the blue that's there, and then weave with the blue thread till the end. And now you can see that I now have the blue and the orange stripe right here starting to get a little bit bigger. Darn, my sleeve keeps falling in. Then you go to the next row. Again, weave through the first blue bar. Then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orange. Here are the previous 2 rows that I did with the blues. If you go past your previous row where you switched, you've gone too far and you need to go back. You always trade out with the thread that's right before the last row that you did. So you want to trade that out. And you're going to weave across with the orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now you can kind of see the pattern that's developing here. So your first row, trade out on the 7th thread. Your second row, you trade out on the 6th thread, and then the 5th and the 4th, and so on and so forth, until you complete pretty much the full, like, I call it a pass. I'm not quite sure what other weavers call it, but until you pretty much complete the first pass of your pattern, which gives you, pretty much sends all your, puts all your colors back in their starting positions. The threads aren't necessarily in the starting positions, but the colors are. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because the last one I did was the 5th thread. One, 2, 3, and 4. Pull it through, switch it out, and then you keep weaving. And that's pretty much it with the lightning pattern. That pretty much repeats all the way down. Let me grab an older one that I have. Actually, let me grab another one real quick that I have. It's a completed lightning piece. It's actually the first one I ever did. I still have it. It's got a different color scheme to it. Oop, bumped my camera. There we go. It has a different color scheme to it. So you can see that the colors pretty much stay in the same place. They don't switch side to side like some of the other patterns that I do. Yeah, it doesn't really switch back and forth very much. And with the way the pattern works, it actually won't. Oh, come on, focus, please. There we go. But yeah, the color bars pretty much stay where they're at. It's just the interlocking and that happens in the middle to make the lightning pattern. Those are really everything just kind of weaves back and forth and then kind of cycles back into the pattern. So every single thread is a weft at some point and a warp at some point. That's why it's a little bit different than card weaving or weaving with an inkle loom. Those ones depend on having a designated warp and a designated weft, whereas with finger weaving, you really don't have to worry about that because pretty much every thread does that at some point. So, I hope that answered any questions that you might have about this pattern in particular. I need to set up some different ones here after a bit. I just want to get these ones done so bad before starting new ones. But yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. once I'm able to get a better computer, I'll be doing more in-depth tutorials on each of the patterns. It's just, I have a dinosaur of a laptop, and it doesn't like running video editors, like, at all. If I have a video that's longer than, pay attention to what I'm doing. If I have a video that's longer than 5 minutes, it'll take forever to render and start slowing down and freezing. I mean, I've lost whole files because it's just keeps freezing up on me. So hopefully I'll be able to get a newer computer soon, and I'll be able to start posting the tutorial video, the more in-depth tutorial videos on each of the patterns. Hopefully. What, Loki? Hi. Hi. Do you want to say hi? Well, come here. Come on. Hello. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Yeah? For those of you who don't know, this is my cat Loki. Oh, you're welcome. Well, thank you for coming to come visit for a little bit. I really don't keep up enough to really, with movies and such, to really watch the Oscars, so... Hey, Brittany! Good to see ya! Don't mind me, I had to take a little cat break. Loki's being a little stubborn here. Okay, come on. Figure out what you're doing here. I gotta keep weaving. More of a lap to sit on. There you go. How's that? Can you settle? Awesome. Thank you, Loki. Still a little more difficult, but at least you're settling in. What am I gonna do with you, cat? You're not making this easy. Oh, there we go. Nah, you get too distracted. Keep trying to play with it. That is a problem. I'm surprised he's not messing with it right now. He just wants attention, really. Hey. Yeah. You're nothing but a big love bug half the time. Probably gonna do one more pass on this one and then switch out to another one I got. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm really not making this easy on me, kid. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to figure it out as we go, huh, buddy? This cat has probably been the cat with the most personality I've definitely ever had. I mean, I had cats growing up, but none of them were like this guy. They were all very much laid back, didn't want to draw attention to themselves and leave me alone kind of cats. No, Loki's a people he's a people cat. He wants to be around people. 2, 3, 5, 6. Go. Y'all can see okay, right? I had to mess with my camera settings a little bit. Okay, good. I know I had some technical difficulties last week. I still don't know what the heck was going on with the video feed. Alright, you wanna go? Okay, go on. Good boy. There we go. I can have my armrest back. Loki. Cut it out. Excuse me, as I have to deal with my cat, who is living up very much to his namesake. Oi, what do you think you're doing? Get! Get! Okay, sorry about that. That cat can be a real pain in the butt sometimes. Okay, I think I'm gonna call that there for this one for tonight. I'm just gonna tie these in kind of like a slip knot just to kind of keep them all organized here. Take this out. But yeah. That's coming along pretty good. Alright. Trying to switch to a different one. Oh, my camera's slipping again. Don't do that. Not you. How about you? Alright. This one I've been able to work on off camera for a little bit. So I've gotten a little more length down, which helps me a lot. Because now I don't have as much length of very tangly cotton yarn to deal with. So I'll go ahead and do a pass on this one. And if you're wondering what I call a complete pattern pass on this, I use just a full diamond in the pattern to kind of gauge where I'm at and what I consider a pass. So this one right now, where I last left off, I was just starting the top of the new diamond. So it's a pretty good spot to start on. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on. You guys can see those okay? It is gorgeous. It's not one of my favorites to work on. I always get frustrated with this one. Alright. Go. So double diamond is a fun one because you do have to stop and switch and start working backwards again, which is one of the main reasons why I don't like working on this pattern, because my brain does not like thinking that way. So I have to kind of come up with ways to get my brain to think that way. The way they teach you how to do it in the books is that when you're starting the reverse part of your diamond, which is what makes the top of your diamond, they tell you to work from left to right, side to side, which you can do that. That's, you know, more than feasible, and if you're more comfortable working like that, then by all means do so. But I found it was easier for me to, when I'm doing the top part of the double diamond here, I noticed that the middle part essentially becomes a regular chevron, which is something that's easy for me to do. That pattern I could do with my eyes closed almost. And then the outside pattern, the outside parts are just kind of like a supplemental diagonal. So that's how I think about it when I'm doing it. Doing this part of the diamond. So I do the middle part first, weaving from the middle to the outside. And then I go back and I do these parts. And then it doesn't seem as complex. And I did time myself one time about how long it took me to do a diamond pattern set on average. No detangling or anything like that. It takes me about, I think, 35 to 40 minutes to do the top part of the diamond, and about the same amount to do the bottom part of the diamond. So it can be it's still technically a rather simple pattern, but it's just, when you double it up like this, it gets very, it gets time consuming. I am planning on selling this one when it's finished, so if any of you are interested, you're free to email me about it. It is made made with 100% cotton yarn, just so you know. I don't know how much I'm going to charge for it yet because I haven't finished it yet. Whoop! 10 o'clock. Go away. There we go. It's my alarm telling me to go to bed. I never listen to it. Doesn't help that I'm a frickin' night owl. No, that's the wrong way. That's the right way. There we go. Okay, so I've finished the top half of the diamonds here. The white threads are kind of, that's pretty much what I'm using to denote my pattern. So what I'm going to do now is that just because of the nature of the pattern, all my threads crisscross in the middle anyways. I'm going to take all of my white threads and I'm going to weave them together. Just the white threads, not anything else. So there's not a huge gaping hole in the middle of my pattern when I switch this. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excuse me. Okay, so once that's done, kind of try to tighten everything up here. This is where it switches. Now I'm going to have 2 chevron patterns going side by side here, and then I'm going to have the reverse diamond in the, or the top part of a diamond in the middle. So for me, it's easier to weave it as the 2 chevrons that cross in the middle, rather than trying to do the middle part and then weave the outside parts like I do with the other half. Hi, Christina. Good to see you. Do you have work tonight? Still working on that dragon? Another dragon, okay. Nice. Okay. So I've completed that switch, and now I'm on to doing 2 chevrons side by side. So I'm just gonna pull that up a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit better. Back there. Okay. Now, we didn't get any snow here where I'm at. We just got a lot of heavy wind. Ouch. Oh gosh, I hope you're okay. There we go. Yeah, with this one I basically keep doing the chevron until the bottom of the diamond is formed, and then I, well, switch it back and then do another diamond. But I'm gonna go ahead and pause on this one for now and switch to a different pattern, because I kind of wanted to do a little bit on all of them, all the ones that I had tonight. At least the ones that I had ready. I do have the double chevron, but I still need to weave a little bit more length on here before I set it up at this particular station. It only has like 2 or 3 passes on it done. And don't really want to work on it here because, well, because the cotton yarn has a very bad tendency of tangling, and when it's as long as it is right now on that particular project, it gets very difficult to handle very quickly, which is why I did some weaving on this one off camera to get some length done on it. So yeah, that's what it looks like right now. It's looking pretty good, I think. Yeah. Oh, come on, focus please. Awesome, there we go. But yeah, I think I'm about halfway done this one. About halfway done this one, I think. I got about 2.5 feet of length on it right now, I think. Hoping to get around 5. So, we'll see. It's turning out pretty good. It's starting... Thank you guys. Really appreciate that. Yeah. Getting there on this one. I'm gonna be happy when it's finished because coupled with the cotton yarn coupled with my least favorite pattern has been a challenge. To say the least, it has been a challenge. But yeah, the double chevron's right here. I haven't really worked on it much, but since I still have a ton of length of unwoven yarn on it. Working on it here at the desk on the live stream, it's very difficult. The yarn just keeps getting tangled up. But once I finish the double diamond, I'm gonna dive headfirst into this one and start doing this one on camera more often. Because that one only has about 3 passes on it right now.
Alrighty then. So, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out everyone's favorite.
You have a favorite flame sash? I did the bullseye last week, which is the middle part here. So that's what I worked on last week, and then I did those 2 passes there. I'm gonna go ahead and do probably 1 pass, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and probably call it a night. Yeah, it really makes the whole thing pop. The double chevron, between the 2 of them, the double chevron I think is still my favorite. I'm thinking of making shorter versions of these to sell the scarves. 1, a scarf is only about 4 feet long, so I don't have to do as much length. And 2, the pattern itself is, you know, pretty much as wide as a scarf already, so don't really have to do much alteration to it. But yeah. Go ahead and do a pass on this one and see where I'm at time-wise. Actually, forgot that I did that. There we go. Makes it a little bit easier to work on that way. Okay, so if I figured out how to put the flame sash pattern onto earrings, you guys would consider getting it? Is that what you guys are talking about? Okay, I guess I'll have to figure out how to do that then. Oh gosh. Only thing I can think of is using embroidery floss, and that already doesn't sound very appealing just because of how glossy it is. Maybe do embroidery floss with a little bead and tassel at the end? Maybe? For something the size of an earring, it would have to be a pretty small weight. That's why I was thinking the embroidery floss. That's what I did. There we go. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, then I guess I have another little side project I gotta figure out now. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I've never woven with anything that small, though, so... Oh gosh, that'd be hard. I usually don't go much smaller than this. But I'm always up for a challenge. I might go crazy, but I'm always up for a challenge. Oh, what'd I do? There we go. That's where I'm at. Haha. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think with doing like the bead with the tassel at the end is I wouldn't have to worry too much about how I tied it off, because I could always hide it with a bead. And then just snip off the ends all even to make a tassel. Put it on Pinterest, put it on Etsy. Someone's probably tried it. Sorry, I've been dealing with an upset stomach all day. Every once in a while I need to take a sip of something to calm it down. Yeah, they're like, when they last all day, it's the absolute worst. No, I'm pretty sure it's not a bug. I'm on a, well, my husband and I are doing our best to stay on a low-carb diet. So, like, we've kind of cut bread and pasta out of our diet entirely. We still have, like, potatoes and rice and stuff like that. But, anything that has a heavily processed grain in it, we've been kind of cutting out. And after a while, I noticed that, I was feeling a lot better. I used to get sick, like, upset stomach, all the time. So much so that I just kind of accepted it as a normal part of life and just kind of lived with it. But then after going on this diet for a few months, I noticed that I wasn't getting sick as often. So I just kind of like, okay, maybe I'm one of those gluten intolerant people or something like that. I don't know. But, the downside to going on this diet is that, yeah, I'm probably reacting to the bread and the pasta, but pasta meals are quick and cheap to make, and when you're on a budget, they're like your best friend. So we've kind of hit a little bit of a hard times financially because I ended up having to owe federal taxes back on my returns. And so a friend of ours offered to, you know, buy us dinner, and the easiest thing for him to do was to buy us all pizza from Pizza Hut, which I'm like, okay, if it's just the one time, that should be fine. Yeah, no, that didn't work out too well. The pizza was delicious. I enjoyed it very much, but I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning this morning after already not being able to sleep very well. Because I didn't fall asleep till around 3 a.m. It's a normal thing for me on the weekends because my husband's, he works thirds and he's not home, so I find it's difficult for me to fall asleep in general when he's not home. So that on top of waking up with stomach cramps at 5 o'clock in the morning, I didn't get much sleep last night. So, yeah. Ended up having the stomach cramps, had about a nausea. I haven't had nausea since I had my last surgery, so that kind of threw me off for a bit. I'm like, okay, well, if all else fails, I know I still have the nausea medicine around here somewhere. But thankfully that wasn't terrible, and I was able to get it to pass quickly. And took about another hour for the whole spell to just pass, but after that my stomach was still achy, and so I still wasn't able to sleep even after taking a couple of Tums. And I pretty much stayed awake until my husband got home in the morning, and then I promptly conked out until 2 p.m. So that was my day. And yeah, fun times. That's a good way to put it. Fun times. Needless to say, I probably won't be having Pizza Hut pizza ever again. Nothing against the company. It was good pizza. I loved it. It was enjoyable. My body just doesn't agree with it. So I'm gonna have to say goodbye to that particular restaurant chain unless I'm hitting up the salad bar. So I'm pretty sure it's not a stomach bug. It's just my body reacting to a sudden, like, overdose of carbs. Because I haven't had any today. Didn't have, like, you know, didn't do, like, crackers or something to help me calm my stomach down. Because I thought, well, if it was the carbs that got me going in the first place, I probably shouldn't be having crackers. Yeah, the oils. Yeah, it might be the oils that the cooking oils that they use as well. Again, I'm not entirely sure because there's a wide variety of things that set me off, and I'm still having trouble pinpointing them. But for now, I'm, you know, kind of figured out what's working for me and avoiding the bread and the pasta. I mean, seems to be working out, so. I don't know about Pizza Hut's evil, it's just, I don't know. The ones around where I live are usually pretty good, it's just that the food doesn't agree with, the pizza doesn't agree with me. If I do the salad bar, I'm usually okay. Yeah, that's very difficult. I'm lucky that I don't think I'm lactose intolerant. I know if I have a whole lot of dairy, I do get a little sick to my stomach, but that's if I, like, totally overdo it. So as long as I don't overdo it, I'm usually okay with dairy. Yeah. Which, when you're living paycheck to paycheck, is all you can really afford to get to begin with. My husband and I have been working really hard to try and cut that stuff out of our diet. It definitely, it's not easy when you're on a budget. Not easy. Doable. Not easy. Oh yeah, ice cream. I mean, it's chocolate. Like a good dark chocolate. Yeah, that's kind of my downfall. I mean, ice cream's kind of weird because it actually also like makes me really thirsty for some reason. I don't know why. If I have some, it doesn't even have to be a whole lot. It's just that I have ice cream sometimes and I'll get really thirsty. It's weird. Okay, I had an oops. Hold on. Shit. I had an oops. Here's my oops, right here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I switched out too soon. I needed to go one more in that previous row. So, guess what I get to do now? Okay, so it's that one. Switch. Yeah, it's not terrible. At least I found it now. Could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. It's okay. Stuff like this happens all the time with me. I think I got it though. Because I'm starting this row. Hold on. Here. There we go. Oh gosh, I'm all the way at the bottom of the screen. One moment. There you go. Now you guys can see. I lose track of where I'm at on the screen half the time. Come on, agree with me here. Here we go. Yeah. Oops and weaving is like an oops and crocheting. You have to take out the row to get back to it. It wasn't too bad. I mean, I've done worse. Alright, that's a full pass. Oh. Oh man. My mom crochets blankets, so I remember being a kid watching her working on one, and she'd be, you know, happily working away on a row, and then she would notice that a couple of stitches weren't working just right. And she would take a look at it and kind of count off her pattern and stuff like that, and then realize that she had messed up like 3 rows back. And then I would just see her just start angrily tearing out the stitches. It was always comical to watch. I love you, Mom, if you ever watch these. But yeah. Okay, so there we go. Did another pass on that one. It's looking pretty good. Okay. And I think that's all I'm gonna do for tonight. It's kind of late. Yeah, it's kind of late. I need to get some sleep. Yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night, so getting more sleep would be beneficial to me right now. So, hopefully see you guys next week. Be Sunday or Saturday or Sunday night, depending on what my schedule ends up doing. So, yeah, hopefully I can get some more work done on some of the other ones, and maybe for a change actually have some new projects on here for you guys to look at while I'm working on them. Don't get your hopes too high about that though, because wrist is still acting up and I'm trying to take it easy. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys can join me next week. Again, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below after the video is posted. So until next time, hope you guys have a good week. Yeah, hope to see you next time. Toodles.